Hey folks, Shaw here with Royal Tiger Imports, and today we're back with a very quick video covering some of the Yugoslavian AK parts kits that we just got in out of Ethiopia. In front of me I have two of the variations that we've seen so far. Both of these are marked as M70B1s, however this one closest to me is more of a military standard, so to speak, with some of the upgrades such as the folding grenade launcher sight gas cutoff, as well as flip up night sights. So on that, you would have had some luminous paint there. And that is paired with another night sight that flips up just behind the rear sight, although it's a little hard to pick out. Just it's a small little thing right there. Otherwise, you have pretty standard AK rear sights. In addition to that, we have some of the markings on the side of the rear sight block. That's the big Zastava Yugoslavia billboard marking, often found on some export guns as well. And then we have a manufacturer's date of 1982, M70B1 as the model at the bottom there, and then serial number. We also have some of the rest of the guns that were included with the kit here. So we have some of the parts that the guns came with. Of course, this is mostly trigger components to be found inside the receiver. And then we also have the rear section of the receiver. This particular one has the button, which is the retainer for the recoil spring lug, which then retains the dust cover to prevent the dust cover from flying off when you're shooting grenades. And then let's cover this one real quick. This one is also marked as a M70B1. However, this is a little more simple. So this does not have the night sights on either the rear sight or the front sight. It doesn't even have the hole to install that little pin that it rotates on. And this one is a standard gas block. This has no grenade launching sight whatsoever. It's a lot more simple at the end of the day. This is much more akin to your standard, what you would see on the export market, M70 series of AK, although of course it's worth noting these are all so far that we've seen, and I imagine every single one will be the 1.5 millimeter stamped sheet metal receiver, not a earlier style milled. And then we also have some of the other components of this gun here. It's worth noting that these have the riveted on style of pistol grip nut compared to the drop-in nut that you'll find on some Romanian and Russian AKs. And then you see a little difference in the rear trunnion here. So this does not have the button for retaining the recoil spring lug, which retains your top cover and then prevents the issue of the cover flying off when you're firing grenades. I guess if you don't have a grenade launcher sight on this gun, then you don't necessarily need that. Other than that, in terms of condition, condition varies. You can see some, these are pretty representative so far of what we've seen, but as you see, they have wear. These are guns that have lived, fairly hard lives in Africa. So take that as you will. That being said, you can get some of the great core components here, and they are with live barrels. Bore condition also varies. Unfortunately, they did not chrome line. The Yugoslavians did not chrome line any of their barrels. So bores can range. We've seen some that are unfortunately very poor just due to the fact that they shot them and didn't clean them. And then some are a little better than others. So anything that is particularly better, we're going to make sure to set to the side. Otherwise, your more standard ones, they are going to just have more wear. It is what it is. That being said, just wanted to run over what we have so far of these and show you a little bit of what we have. Thank you very much for watching. God bless.